Yeah, we're going live with another live stream, another podcast, whatever you want to call it. I like podcast. Podcast sounds great to me. Live stream slash podcast. And we're covering true crime cases, unsolved, mostly solved, unsolved, whatever you want to do here. The Real Viewers on this crime spree, and that's what we're doing at the Real Reviewer channel. You know the deal. Been demonetized for over 4 years. 1.8 videos on the channel. Over 100,000 views on all my videos. Not a dime to the Real Reviewer from YouTube for all that creative content. If you want to help the channel keep streaming and keep going and grow, just donate to my Cash App, Rings Chew with the Z. The link is on my channel page. You'll know me by my logo. That's me. So you know you send it to the right person. Thank you. So anyways, this case is Katherine Janness. 5 years ago, basically to the day, she was brutally murdered. Not assaulted, it looks like just murdered for playing fun and shits and kicks and giggles here. Basically tortured in a park, Piedmont Park in Atlanta, Georgia. I got it up on Google Maps. You know how we do. Wow, got it here. Piedmont Park, dog park. So she was walking a dog. Let's take a look at, I know you got the thumbnail to go off of everyone, but I do want to show you to get you started. So this would be Katherine Janness, and this is the last photo of her taken by a security camera passing over the street going to Piedmont Park, possibly a dog park, which we're gonna look at. I'll show you the visual of Piedmont Park. So here it is. Not sure where she's gonna enter in, or she was found inside an entrance. Nothing on Wiki about it, so we're gonna go to Reddit on it. But yeah, 5 years ago today she's found here in this. I'm thinking the dog park. We got footage, and we got the pictures. Last known picture of her before she's brutally attacked and killed. Guys, we're gonna go through this attack, and it is vicious. And that's, I believe, that's her girlfriend or whatever. But yeah, that's a witness. To see these witnesses here, or possible suspects. Wow, Piedmont Park, see? Wow. This is going to be a strange one. This is a first-time investigation here. To mention that, I'm going in on this investigation. Yes, I am. We're going to try to put our wits to the test here and find out what the deal is with this murder. So the first questions I wanted to bring up was, there's a dog. Do you see that dog? So this dog is a 3-year-old pit bull that she had, and I believe she's taken him to the park, like here we see in Google Earth, right? I want to explain why I think the dog. So the dog's a pit bull, 3 years old. The dog is killed. The dog is killed. Wow. Yeah, let's go through this. So the night of Tuesday, July 27th, 2021, around 11 p.m., Katie took Bowie, that's the dog, 3-year-old pit bull you see in there, for a walk through her midtown Atlanta neighborhood, a routine she often followed, especially after working late shifts. All right, this is something normal Katie would do. We're going to call Katie Katherine for short. Katie always does that. So she's going routine 11 here around the neighborhood. Excuse me. Although Katie had the night off, her partner of 7 years, Emma Clark, was working at Henry's Tavern, located nearby. At approximately 11:35 p.m., Katie and Bowie, the dog, the pit bull, 3 years old, stopped by Henry's to say hello to Emma, the girlfriend. During their brief conversation, the two agreed that Katie would return later to walk Emma home after her shift. Fine. So I'm thinking that Katie's going to kill time, no pun intended, and walk around, possibly take the dog to Piedmont Park, to the dog park, because like you see here, there is a specific spot for dogs. During their brief conversation, okay, Emma said she'd text Katie once she was done, and it would be likely within the hour. Brick Ripsaw says, hi, what are we talking about? Hey, Brick Ripsaw, we're talking about Katherine Janness. She was brutally murdered in Piedmont Park in Atlanta, Georgia on July 27th of 2021. Brutally murdered. And we're going to go through the details of the murder, but it is unsolved. And they're still looking for the killer or killers. And this is the woman here with the dog that was killed. They're both killed in this park. Crazy, right? We're gonna go through the details, man. We're trying to see who did it. We can find out who did it. We got Google Earth up. We got the park. We're going through the details. Nothing on Wiki, so I'm going through a Reddit post that looks to be very authentic here. Pretty good. So, all right. She said she texted her, right? Say, I'll text you when I'm almost on my ship. You come get me. All right, whatever. There's going to be something the Real Review is going to cover about that. That's a little whatever, but we got to go at all. Katie then left the tavern and resumed her walk with Bowie, the dog, the pit bull you see there, heading toward Piedmont Park, a regular and familiar stop on their nightly route, just a few blocks away. So around 12:20 a.m., Emma finishes her shift here at her job. She texted Katie that she was done. After the text and calls to Katie were unanswered, Emma assumed her phone had died and decided just to walk the few blocks home to their apartment. That doesn't sound crazy at all. Doesn't sound fishy at all. Doesn't sound right. Sounds good. After arriving home and finding neither Katie nor Bowie there, and the call to text, they still go unanswered here. Katie's not answering Emma. Emma used to find my iPhone, right? Hey guys, if you should have checked Katie's location, Emma could see it was pinging inside Piedmont Park. Here's Piedmont Park. So let's take a look at Piedmont Park, get this visual in our head. Very big park. Here I'm thinking is a Piedmont Dog Park. So I'm thinking, right, you walk the dog off leash dog area, so you're gonna let the dog run. It looks like was she walking him off the leash? Yeah, I mean, there's a leash, right? I think there was a leash. What happened in Piedmont Park? You know, these are other people in the area on surveillance at the same time. Was she off the leash? Did something happen? Did an argument come out about the dog? I don't know, guys. The ship can turn fast, really sour fast, but here's the park. You want to see the description, I think it's found inside a park entrance. I'm not sure where the park entrance is. This is Piedmont. So we're going to get a visual of that. Let's go back to it. Thanks everybody for joining me here. Appreciate the time. So she's gonna, the call's going in. This is where, okay. She tracks it by my iPhone. The feature to check Katie's location. Emma could see it was pinging inside Piedmont Park, but it wasn't moving. Concerned, Emma decided to ride her bike the short distance over to the park to see if Katie had maybe dropped her phone on accident. So just stop there for a second. Emma here all of a sudden has a bike. You know, and it's like, okay, listen, you leave the bike at the house, but you don't ride it to work. Because work is just a few blocks away. But isn't the park just a few blocks away too? Or no? It must be, it's a short distance, it says, over to the park. So why would she get on her bike? Like, here's the deal, guys. The reason I'm saying is the bike, for me, is because if she's going to wait for her friend, for Katie, right, to come get her, to walk her home, why not just have the bike at work? You know, say, hey, kid, I got the bike. I'm going to ride the bike home. We're good. And then Katie leaves. She's like, all right, didn't know you had the bike. We're straight. Or, you know, it takes the dog to the park before that. I don't know. It's just strange. Going further than that. Emma hears to me, I guess, so far, whatever. So Emma decides to get on her magical bike all of a sudden and ET it over to where Emma's phone is. It's a short distance to park, but she jumps on the bike either way. You know, she walked home, but rather than walk the short distance or run the short distance to... Really weird you jump on the bike. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Anyways, I wanted to make note of that, though, in case I want to come back to it. So, she gets there where the phone is. A little after 1 a.m., she arrives on her bike. And at the entrance of Piedmont Park, at Charles Allen Drive and 10th Street, still tracking Katie's phone, which now appeared close. So, Charles Allen Drive and 10th Street. Really? 10th Street. So I'm at the park. It's got to be really close. Piedmont Park Trail. Really hate looking for these places, but I want to see it. Park. What is this here? Gonna go closer, I think. Oh, where you at? Charles Allen Drive and 10th Street. Okay. Wow. So, scary when you think about it, huh? What happened here? I can't really decipher this real quick, guys. I can't see where 10th Street is. It's the park trails, the wetlands. We got the park here. I'm not making out 10th Street. I see Evelyn Street. I don't see where it turns into 10th Street. I am in Atlanta. Okay. It's weird. Anyways, I have to check that. So, because I want to see inside. We're going to take the details. So she's still tracking the phone. It peers closer. As she enters the park, she noticed a dark figure lying in the street about 50 feet ahead. 50 steps. Get off the bike, walk 50, take 50 steps, one foot after the other. Thank you for the like. I appreciate you. Thank you, whoever liked. Thank you for doing that. Any support is really appreciated. I'm demonetized, so thank you. As she moved closer, she realized it was their dog, Bowie, the 3-year-old pit bull, dead. The park was dimly lit, but it was clear he had been severely injured or killed. I'm getting scared as I'm talking about this shit. It's either one man or multiple men, right? One man or multiple men. Wow. I'm going to tell you why. I'm really going to tell you why. And it's going to come down to what happened here. Yeah, one of these brutal details. At least in my point of view. So, fucking A. And why the dog has to be killed by multiple or one strong person. Even if guys, there seems to be blunt force trauma here and knife wounds. No gun. It's hard to kill a dog, let alone a pit bull with a fucking weapon. I mean, it might be easy if you know what you're doing, right? Wow. Just the dog kill is in itself either multiple or it's a touchy situation. Why no DNA? What do they have? Somebody has to have DNA here, right? I mean, this is a hell of a scene, guys. We're going to go through the scene, and you're telling me no one left hair follicles, no one left a fingerprint? I'm going to tell you what they take from the scene and why. But they're not going to tell you why they take this from the scene, but the real viewer will tell you exactly why. So, she finds the dog. She sees it. Pow. She's got to be getting a little scared like we are. All right? So, the injuries on the dog, even though the park is dimly lit, I like this part. The park was dimly lit, but it was clear he had been severely injured or killed. So, you know, you could just imagine guts everywhere, blood everywhere, maybe even the head cut off. I mean, whoever's doing this shit is really reveling in it, guys. We're gonna see. Have you ever, I want you to keep in mind the Manson murders as we go through this person, as either person or persons. I want you to hold in the Manson murders because there's going to be a lot of visuals here that are going to be reminiscent of that crime. So here, yeah, so watch. Exactly like I told you, panic set in as Emma began scanning the area for Katie. Now, I'm going to agree that she's scanning for her friend, but she's scared. So not let alone scanning who the fuck is, like, what the hell, you know? It's really a horror movie moment. And you're alone, and you're seeing this on the ground. I don't know, guys. I'm scared. I'm viciously scared. Is she not fucking scared? Guys, I'm going to it now. I mean, I'm doing this now. You know, I'm being there with her. I'm not too happy about this situation, but if I'm Emma, I'm very scared. You know, this dog is so wrecked that it's clearly seen that it's dead by even in a dimly lit park. You see this park? You know what a park is. You know, at night. Ain't no place to be at night is a park. And we know exactly what happens after dark. The freaks come out. And Katie had to learn that. Who's calling? What is necessary? What's up? All right, guys. Sorry about that. So we're back. Listen, I had to do things. YouTubing with me live. I'm the Real Ram Review. You're with me live in my life. I YouTube live stream when I want to go live on anything, and we do it. And we run, and you're with my life. So let's go. Oh boy. Oh man. So she's scared as hell. It's dark. She's now. You know, if you're really worried and it's really late, guys, they're doing this at like 1 a.m. towards glowing to 2. You're just one woman. It's just really like, all right, she's cool with that, right? This is scaring the fuck out of me. And I'm a grown man. Fuck me. So panic set in as Emma began scanning the area for Katie off to the right under a tree and some distance ahead of her. Just off the road, she spotted what looked like someone lying on the ground. As she approached, she recognized it was Katie, and nothing could have prepared her for what she saw. Katie had been brutally attacked. Thanks for the 2 likes. I really do appreciate the support. Been demonetized 4 years. Thank you for any support. Emma checked for the pulse, but it was clear Katie was already gone. Okay. So why check for a pulse? Why touch the body? You know, she knew the dog was dead. Why didn't she check a pulse for the dog? You know what I'm saying. Fearing for her own life, she ran back toward the park entrance while calling 911. Now she fears for her own life. Not after seeing the dead dog ripped apart to shreds. Okay. Because you have to include this girl's behavior a little bit. It's kind of... The bike shit in all this story has to match, but we're going to get the timeline. Here it is. So, there's a, parental advisory? No, here's a quick timeline. So, 11 p.m., Katie takes that dog for a nightly walk. The victim, Katie, is found under the tree. We're going to find out what she's found looking like. 11 p.m., a nightly routine walk. She always does. 11:35, she stops over at Emma's work. And they're like, Emma's like, listen, I'm still on the clock. Come back in about an hour and you can walk me home. She doesn't have her bike. She just must have walked to work or whatever. And fine. Katie's like, fine, I'll take the dog to Piedmont Park. She didn't tell her that, but she headed towards Piedmont Park, which is the dog park I showed you. And that was it. And this is the last known photo of her alive. Headed to Piedmont Park. And that is the dog. Is the last alive. Wow. And these are people in the area, see? So, people they want to talk to around that time that could have possibly pulled something like this off. Because, time-wise and area-wise, circumstantial-wise, right? I'm thinking that's the girlfriend, Emma. Well, that's the dog. Found. Wow, that dog is sketchy looking, isn't it? But either way, this person, guys, there's a few things I need answers on. I need to harp on. The dog is going to be one of them. That is a very young, frisky, protective looking dog. That's why she's got the dog. For protection. But this shit failed. This dog failed miserably, and it's like, wow. Thanks for the 3 likes. Thank you for liking. I'm always watching. I appreciate you guys. Really do. Thank you. Thanks for the 4 likes. Thank you for the other like. All right. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. I do not forget. Thank you. Another like. Fired up. Thank you. We're getting it ready for Katie. Poor Katie, right? We're getting it up. Let's go, guys. Thank you so much. Really appreciate the support. Been demonetized for so long. I have nothing to show for it. Really appreciate you all. So... we're going to learn what Emma is looking at. So that's the timeline, all right? She gets to work, says, all right, I'll go kill some time. No point intended. I'll go kill some time. Guys, you saw the last picture. That's it. The next time we see Katie, Janness, she's dead under that tree, and it's seen by Emma. Emma's the last person to see her alive, and the first person to see her body. Keep that in mind. You got it? She wasn't scared seeing that dog, boys and girls, ripped apart like Predator got at it, but she was damn scared when she saw the her friend. And sorry guys, my nose gets a little irritated sometimes. But yeah, sinuses, summer. Crazy. So listen, the timeline, she finishes the shift at 12:09. She tells Katie, I'll be off in an hour. But at 12:20, she's off. So she's off way earlier than expected, it looks like. Emma finishes her shift and she texts Katie, but gets no reply. So she says, listen, I'm going to take off and go home. Katie's probably home. Emma gets there around 12:30 to 12:45. Takes her about 10 to 15, depending. Does a little something, whatever this timeline is. Emma arrives home. They're not there. She uses to find my iPhone app. It's pinging inside the park. It's not moving. Then she decides to hop on her bike and go find Katie. The bike is never until now. You know, the bike kind of seems like she... All right, fine. 7 years they were together, guys. You know, no problems in the relationship, nothing like that. But she could be tracked by clock out, right? So it'd be very hard for Emma to pull something. Emma's not doing this alone. That's the only way Emma's doing this is with trust. And she would be seen on this surveillance, you know, right? The killer's got to be seen on the surveillance. No, guys? Is this killer on the surveillance? Where is this killer? Is he on the surveillance? He has to be. No? He's not? He's slick? This shit? Listen, we're going to talk. We're talking more. My phone's got 87%. We're going till it dies. No point intended. You know that. She finds the bodies at 1, or a little after 1, it says, on Reddit here. 1 a.m. I never knew about this crime, guys. I never knew about this, and I don't understand why we hadn't heard about this like that. Why? What the fuck is this, guys? When we describe what happened to this poor woman, it ain't right. We got to get these people, man. We got to get them off the street. They got to pay. You know, I want to see. They think they're badasses. You know, they think they're evil, guys. We got to show them that the good is going to overcome evil. You know, that the good is worse than evil because it's never going to stop until it's done. So you done your bad deed. It's over with. But we're not going to stop until it's, you know, found out. Who the fuck did this? So look, Emma arrives. She finds them both brutally murdered. The dog is brutally murdered. I'm telling you, man, when you look at a movie, guys, and you see a dog that's been killed, what do you usually see? You know? And they could probably just amplify that by 20,000 degrees because we're going to see what happens to her, let alone the dog. So, Katie was declared dead at the scene as well as their dog, Bowie. The cops get there, and this is what they see. The FBI were called in immediately to help, which is common for murders in the city. Extensive search operation unfolded with help from the FBI and other state partners. Law enforcement combed through Piedmont Park. I showed you the park. We'll go there if needed again. It's huge. Huge. I'm thinking. There's just so many. Anyways, carefully inspecting the grounds for any potential evidence, dive teams searched the small lake within the park. Oh, they did. Where is it? Let me get close. Where is this lake? Ah, Piedmont Park. Here's the lake. This is creepy, dude. I don't like going in on this. Whoa. Sorry, wrong button. You're gonna know why after I describe to you the crime scene. They didn't show us. There's no photos, or I would show you the crime scene itself. There is maybe a little bit. I don't know. My brain's enough. But here it is. There is a crime scene. Here it is. So this is the lake that they searched. You know, for possible, right? What? For possible what? I guess a murder weapon. Because we're going to see, I guess. I don't know. The tools for murder, the devices of murder, are very simple here. And that is what I wanted to... Yeah, that's popped in. It's very simple, these devices. These devices of murder, instruments of murder, instruments of torture, are very easily obtained from the area around. I'm going to explain. So, she was clearly dead at the scene. About it, so was the dog. They're calling the FBI. You know why they're calling the FBI? You're going to know why. So, the police, they canvass everything. They saw the lake. They get dive teams down there. within the small lake, within the park. I assume, this person assumes on Reddit, because they're giving us a rundown of the case file or whatever. I assume in hopes to uncover, there's nothing on Wiki on this. I don't know why. I assume in hopes to uncover a weapon or signs that the perpetrator may have attempted to wash up after the attack. You can't tell signs that, what do you mean wash up? How could you, that destroys all the, what are you looking for? A towel? I don't understand that. Yeah, possible weapon. Weapon discarding. Yeah, sure. They didn't find anything. Police also canvassed the surrounding neighborhood, seeking out clues, reviewing surveillance footage that might shed light on the crime. We know they cut down part of the tree Katie was found near and was taken into evidence. Mark it. We know they cut down a part of the tree that was found near and taken into evidence. I'm going to tell you why. They're not going to tell you why they took the tree. They're going to tell you that the tree was taken, but I'm going to tell you why. All right? Just by the autopsy. So, the APD, alongside the FBI and other state partners, have held a press conference in a few days after Katie's murder. They did, and we learned that the FBI was brought in immediately within the first few hours due to the unique and highly unusual nature of this crime. Manson. Multiple. If it's multiple, it's Manson-like, or it's frenzy-like. It's frenzy-like. It's either frenzy group-like. It's frenzy group-like, or it's one sicko with a grudge, with beef against. We'll see. So, but they brought in the FBI right away, and they still got this person or per people. APD chief quoted, "This crime was so unique that I felt we needed to collaborate with as many resources as we possibly can." What is so unique? Guys, you want to hear what's unique? I guess this is going to be what's unique we're about to hear here. So, 4 months later, in November of 2021, Atlanta PD would release Katie's autopsy report. And it gives the public an understanding just how uniquely brutal this crime was. So that is what is unique. It's going to be the brutality here. But look at the time frame. I want to mark time. 1:10. She finds him at 1. She leaves Emma at 12:09. This surveillance, last photo, doesn't give us a time on when it was taken. I don't know, did they give us a time on this? The last surveillance photo. But they're not timing that. Why don't have the time on that? Wait. Yeah, 12:09, guys. 12:09. 12:09, last scene. Holy shit, who's doing this that fast? Guys, a lot of to her in a short period of time. So I just wanted to write that down, Rosie. I'm taking note. A lot done in a short period, right? And I'm going to tell you what is done. So tell me, does it take multiple, 2 or 3 people, or does it take 1? All right, tell me this. So the autopsies come out, and bang. All right, here we go, everyone. It gives the public an understanding how unique. Katie's pants were pulled down around her knees. Her phone was on the ground near her body. Her expensive headphones were found on her, so it's not robbery. One's still in her right ear at the time of autopsy. Holy shit. Quick. She had $5 in her pocket, not robbery. Investigators have ruled out robbery as a motive. Here's the findings. She suffered more than 50 stab wounds. But check it. Primarily to her face, chest, and the torso. Kill shots, anger shots, disfigure shots. Go more. The letters F, A, T were carved into her torso, to her stomach, indicating possible intent to deface or send a message. No message to send, just deface, disgrace, disgusted this person. 50 wounds, overkill, face, chest, torso, woman hater, woman hater, woman hater. You know, woman hater. 50 wounds. Fat. F-A-T. Carved. Who does that? Other than I know the Manson women that carve motherfucking shit into bodies. I've never known Some shit like this. At least 15 stab wounds to her head, including both eyes, reflecting extreme violence, hatred. At least 15 stab wounds to her head, including both of her eyes, were stabbed out of her head. Pow. 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 I don't know if she's alive during all this. They're not telling us. You know, they're not telling me what wounds are what, when, and how. Like, they're just, you know what I mean? They're telling you glazed donut. They're not letting you bite it. You know what I mean? And I'm fine with that. So, significant mutilation observed. This might be like Jack the Ripper shit. Significant mutilation observed to her breast and upper torso, and definitely to a specific tattoo, particularly. What the fuck is that on her arm then? What is the tattoo? There it is. There's one tattoo, guys. Where's the other? It's like a dolphin or something. Everyone, there's a dolphin here on her arm. But I don't know. No, she's a younger photo. She doesn't have the tats. But these older photos, she has the tat. She has two. There they are. We're going to try to get close-ups. Right. I want you to look closely at these tattoos. This person was chopping away and trying to basically carve out one of these tattoos on the arm. It looks like a butterfly, doesn't it? Representing growth or transformation. I'm not sure what that is. It looks like a wolf of some kind, or maybe a dog, maybe the pit bull. I don't know what that is, a fox. You know, but looking at this butterfly, or it's a crow. It's a crow. Is it? It's a fucking crow. Really, it's a damn crow on the one side. What's on the other? A rabbit? Gotta get a better shot. There's another one on her arm, right? No, it's a shadow. I don't know, but that crow, is a crow there. But what is that on the left arm? This is what's on the left arm. So the crow, right, would be on the right, and this is a dolphin. Is it a dolphin? Yeah, it's a dolphin. So a crow and a dolphin. Give me a second, guys. We're gonna Google what those represent. So let's, give me a second, read that one more time. Mutilation, upper torso, a specific tattoo particularly. So maybe there was, is there a chest tattoo here that I missed? She does wear the chest pieces, right? Is there a chest piece? There's no chest piece on her. So, is there anything on the torso, on her belly? I didn't get any belly shots, guys. All I have is 2 tats on both side arms. Upper torso. I mean, that would be part of the upper torso. No, it won't be part of the upper torso. Man, there's only 2 tats, guys. I don't see tats on the belly. I can't, you know what I mean? I can't say for sure on that. What does it represent, the crow? What does a crow represent? A crow symbolizes intelligence, transformation, and spiritual messaging across global folk, where they bridge the gap between the conscious world and the unknown. So I told transformation, kind of close to the butterfly. What does the dolphin represent? They didn't like that dolphin tattoo, maybe. Maybe they liked the crow. Dolphins universally symbolize joy, intelligence, and protection across many cultures and traditions. They represent playfulness, community harmony, and safe passage. So there's a crow on her right arm, guys, and there's a dolphin on the other. Those kind of sound pretty different, huh? 2 different people. Significant relation to these tattoos, or to one of the a specific tattoo, one tattoo. She had 2 tattoos on each arm that I can see, and one of them seems to be really damaged here. Blunt force trauma to the head, neck, and the extremities. Hi, Kimberly. Welcome back. How are you, Kimberly? We're talking Katherine Janness. 5 years ago today, brutally murdered in Atlanta, Georgia, and Piedmont Park. Found with her dog. Brutally murdered. We're going through the autopsy. I hope your night's well, though. Kimberly says, good, good. Yes, very good. Now, I wanna explain this real quick. Blunt force trauma to her head and neck and extremities. This is all over the fucking place. You ever seen Halloween 2007, Rob Zombie's guys, where this kid in the beginning, Michael Myers, beats this kid to death with a stick, a branch from a tree, and he beats him to death with the branch. Now, they took a tree as evidence that she was found near. Why would they do that? Because I believe one of the weapons used, they believe, is from the branch of the tree. So this person touched, or persons touched the tree. Hence why they took it for evidence, to analyze it further. But yeah, that's why I believe this person, or persons, were using items. Yeah, somebody had a knife, it looks like, something sharp. But yeah, the blunt force trauma is used by a branch, hence why they took the tree. That is my ruling there on that. Cause of death was sharp force injuries. Manner was homicide. So she was killed, she was murdered. Viciously, you see it, with sharp force injuries by the knife. Not even the blunt force trauma was enough to kill her. Yeah, they had to take her out with it was just a beating, right? It was really a suffering. It was really a really prolonged event here, but it happened within a short period of time. Members of both the APD and FBI are present at the autopsy. They're there. Everybody's there. Suspects, APD released no suspects at this time. There are many theories of what kind of individual committed this heinous crime in online communities. The most popular theory I've seen on here is that likely either a mentally ill person having a psychotic break, negative, or a homeless person on drugs. Some people think it could have been Emma, the girl I told you, the girlfriend, as police haven't publicly ruled her out as a suspect even after her pleas for them to do so. I don't believe Emma had any part in this crime. If anything, she's another victim in all this person says. They said Atlanta is the most surveilled city in the U.S., i.e. cameras. And the cops say there's been no hints that the suspect stayed in the park after the crime to watch the victim be found. It's a frightening crime, strange. Most people commit a murder and want to get the hell away because they don't want to be caught. What do you think? I want to cover the fact. Okay? I want to cover the fact. Carving these letters, this word. Okay? I want to cover it. I think it's important. I think out of all these autopsy, all these wounds, out of all the suffering, okay? I want to say that the most telling here is going to be the FAT carved and the mutilation to the one tattoo. But I'm going to go with the words first. Kimberly says, I don't know about this case. Wow. Neither do I. Neither do I. But there's surveillance footage. There's other people I see. But this is something, guys. You know, I want to do a first-time investigation. I like these. See what, if anything, I could pull new or anything. Reason this case. I never heard of this case. I don't understand why this is not out there. It's 5-year anniversary. Just, what, yesterday? Yeah, just yesterday. 5 years on. Unsolved murder. This person's walking around. This person's walking around. These people are walking around. It's fucking wild. You know, to walk by that spot every single fucking day for 5 years, knowing that what you've done. The reason I'm gonna say fat, right? So the suspect or suspects here in this case, the murderers, the brutality here is of another level, right? It's another level of hate, right? So hate, disdain, hate, disgust, right? Okay, all right. All right. Fat. F-A-T. F-A-T. That's some shit, huh? You know what strikes me? Guys, the fat is disturbing me. Because it disturbs me in a way that you wouldn't think. The thing is, I'm telling you about the Manson women. They did, right? They did the carving. Right? They did the carving into their victims. Right? And it's something like a woman would say, you know, to another woman, you know, for an insult. Do you know what I'm saying, guys? Like, the word fat, for a man to carve it into a woman, really, I mean, I could see it. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I could see it. You know, I could see men doing it, or a man to insult her. But I just like relating it to a woman in the Manson murders, you know, like, and carving things into people. And the word fat is it's a deface. It's a derogatory term towards this woman by who? Maybe another woman, you know? Was there another woman there among these, another, you know, among the men? I don't know, you know? Possibly. This woman would have to be the one doing the carving, you know? Fat. It's just that word is really used by another female to disrespect another female, you know? But it could be used by a man. It just doesn't do that for me. It doesn't strike me the same as being from a woman, you know? But Kimberly says, "Oh my goodness, what's the matter, Kimberly? I'm sorry. Do you think that's right or wrong, or what are you thinking there? Thinking I'm way off? I mean, I'm trying to this word, this fat thing, this carving, is really gonna, you know, the carving takes time. I know, right. No, the crime, exactly, right. Thank you. Yes, the crime is unbelievable. It's hard to speak about. There's a memorial here apparently. Wow, didn't see that coming. Oh, I guess I can't get a picture of it really, but yeah, put up some memorial in front of the entrance or whatever. But Shelter Skelter, yeah, exactly. Skelter, yeah, Helter Skelter, yeah, exactly. In Atlanta, Georgia. The fuck is that? So I'm looking at Piedmont Park. That's all. I want to take a look at Piedmont. I'm still looking around the crime scene. I'm looking at Piedmont. I'm looking at the lake they searched. I'm looking at the dog park, probably where she wanted to go without the leash and let the dog roam free. I wanna harp on the word fat and the dog. The dog is a 3-year-old pit bull. Thanks for the 6 likes, guys. Thank you so much. And thank you, Kimberly, and everybody else that come in. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for the 6 likes. And the money ties. Any support is welcomed. The dog. Hey, Karen Irwin, how are you? Welcome to the chat. Hi, Karen. How are you tonight? We are talking the brutal murder and unsolved murder of Katherine Janness. Thanks for the love reaction. I appreciate it, guys. Don't get me going, y'all. Don't get the Real Rare Reviewer going and happy. You know what happens then. He really gets into his job. Karen Irwin, thank you. Yes, great to hear it. So we're talking basically a true crime here. You know, I've been on this true crime spree. And I love it. We love reviewing everything and all things, and we're on true crime right now. So it is poor Katherine Janness. Now, carving the word fat into her torso is where her stomach is. So yeah, I'm not trying to be smart, guys. I really am not. But yeah, of course, stomach, fat. Okay, the person sees the stomach and said she's fat. They didn't even assault her, if you know what I'm saying. This person wasn't interested in assault. And the purpose of the fat wasn't for a sexual purpose, you know, for carving it on the stomach, right? It was more of for a morbid, sicko pleasure, right? For the pain he was inflicting. Was she alive when this was being carved into her? For the thrill of the pain? I don't know, because they don't say. But this person or people is a hell. This is hell. So what it is the dog. The dog's gonna take a 6 foot, a really strong individual, man, it's not a woman then, You know, it's got to be a man that takes care of business on this dog. This dog is young. This dog is 3 years old. Look at this fucking thing. It's a pit bull. Now, I don't got nothing against pit bulls, but she's meant to take it for protection. So it's meant to be for protection. It's just as good as a gun, but it failed. And you know how it failed? Hand-to-hand combat with a knife. They're not telling us how the dog was murdered, how the dog was executed or taken out. But without a fight, without DNA, without a bite, without a scratch? Come on, everyone. What the fuck is that? How are you taking a dog out like that? You're just coming up, slicing his throat. What is going on there? It's a dog. Guys, the dog does not let you jump on him quick. The dog can see trouble coming from a mile away. You guys, it really bothers me with the dog. I'm starting to get emotional. I don't like it. You know, I don't like this crap. I don't like shit talk, you know? That dog is... Guys, the dog looks like a fucking dog that's gonna jump around, you know? This dog's not gonna be given in too quick. I mean, there's no gun used, guys. There's no gun. This is hand to hand. I'm kind of finding myself talking about this feeling a little ridiculous because there's a dog involved. And this dog is meant for protection. She's going to a dog, you know, there's no way. Like, talk to me, everybody. What the fuck is that? Like, how are you taking out this dog? Like, even on the fly, it's a hell of a rush. No, because I'm doing the stream after that, I will, okay? Okay? After stream, son. Oh, yeah, I will, sorry. Go like this. Like this. You show me, though. No. Come on. You want to do it? Do it. Okay, learn. Yeah. All right, everybody, we're back. Sorry about that. Like I said, I have a single dad here, taking care of my kids, and I'm doing YouTube. I love it, and they think Daddy can definitely be a YouTuber and deserves to be. So they're with it. Kimberly says the dog. Sorry, Karen Irwin says, who knows? Karen Irwin says somebody was probably stalking, knew what they were doing. Okay, possibility. Yeah, Karen, I was thinking that, right? Kimberly said the dog. Emma knew exactly where she was and what she was doing, but Kimberly says the dog had left some damage on the murderers. Wonder if anyone had to go to the ER for dog bites that day or night. Just a thought, Kimberly. We need thoughts like that. You know, we really do. That is what I'm saying. Thank you, Kimberly, because right, there is a fight with this dog. Now, whether you guys want to believe Kimberly or not, or myself or not, right, there's going to be a fight with the dog. There's no sneaking up stealthily on the dog. What they would have to do, guys, honestly, they would have to do, right? Kimberly says it makes sense. They would have to get close to Miss Janness and the dog and be buddy to her, to get friendly to her, and be able to get close to the dog, enough closer to pull out a sharp knife and slit its throat so quick that even the dog doesn't know what the fuck happened. And that's what you would do. But that's some crazy shit, yes? So, but that's possible, right? That's the only way that he's not leaving a mark from that dog. Kimberly, how do you not fight a dog like that? 3 years old pit bull protecting its owner. You know, guys, that's why the dog is meant to be with her. It's to protect her, better than a gun. It's more deadly. That shit's hard to kill. There's no fucking way, man. How did that happen? Like Kimberly says, oh, okay, yes. No, it's good, Kimberly. It's great because they got to leave a mark on the person. Right. Check the ER. Does anybody go for a wound or a scratch? Not necessarily a dog bite, but they could call it like a wound, right, that night. Somebody had a fight with this dog. Where's the DNA all over the place? Where's the scratch? I'm telling you guys, there's got to be something they have. Do they have DNA? Got to have something. There's DNA, guys. This is too much of a crime scene. It's too much work. This dog is a lot of work, let alone her. Where is she in all this? Where is she when the dog is being killed? Who's killed first? The dog. No doubt about it. The dog is killed first, so she's alive when the dog is being killed. Right? So she being restrained while the dog is being killed by someone else? Got a group of people here. Can't just be one. Can it? One person's got to kill this dog without getting touched. Flawless victory, right? And then commit a fatality in this quick of time. Do all this damage within 40 minutes. 45 minutes or less. And get the fuck out of Dodge. And leave, barely even, one person can't do it. So you're going to have multiple people here. It's multiple. So you got multiple people doing this shit. Multiple. Not one crazy killer. I wish. It would be very easier. Multiple people. I'm not sure why one of them hasn't broken. That's why it leads me to believe, still, we got to leave it open for one person, right, guys? It still could be one. But multiple different people, because of the fat carved is different than, and these wounds are different because there's so variety here. You have a variety of pick your poison in this murder. It feels like people were doing whatever they wanted and taking turns and experimenting here. Really. And robbery wasn't the motive, though. $5 in her pocket. Didn't take it. Holy shit. New earphones. Didn't take it. She had earphones in her ear. So she couldn't hear? So what was it? She was hit first, she was hit and knocked, and then the dog was killed. And then they took care of her. I mean, she had earphone in her ear still, guys, so she was knocked. There was one still in her right ear at the time of autopsy. Okay, well, then if she was dead within her ear. All this happened, which she never took it out. Did she have one in her right ear and then not one in the left so she could hear what was coming, possibly? I don't know. Ask her friend Emma. Ask Emma, if that's the thing. Her phone was on the ground near her body. Her expensive headphones were found on her. One was still in her right ear at the time of the autopsy. So she's hit in surprise. That's why they say, get those headphones out, right? Get the earbuds out. All right. Fine. They surprised her. I don't but fucking A. But you're not surprising the dog. They're not telling us how many wounds the dog had or how this dog was ate up. How this dog was taken out. Is that like important evidence or something? Like, is that a key to the case? Is only multiple people or a strong man can do this. It's because of the dog. And walk away unscathed. No fucking way, man. This person says on Reddit, Buggy77 on that post we just read, everybody. This person says, this case haunts me. It just randomly pops in my head sometimes, and I just can't. This poor woman and her dog. I hope they find who's responsible, but I worry it's a random attack, and that will make it harder. This person, Tapper, in turn 1 year ago on the same post that we read from Reddit, said, this just screams manic episode to me. The unbridled violence and strength it must have taken to overpower women and her dog in public just isn't normal. Stop there. Rubbing my hands together, like, what the fuck is right? Is right. Listen, if this is one person doing this all, They got the rage of 10 fucking people. You know? If this is one man, it's gotta be a fucking man. If it's a one person, it's a man. The fat is by a man then. He's hurt. He's butt hurt. He's butt hurt over all this shit going down. This motherfucker in 20... What's going down in 2021, y'all? Was that COVID shit gonna hit? What's going down in 2021? This motherfucker's so angry. So fucking angry, isn't he? Piece of shit. So this guy's angry and he's got a grudge, right? Personal beef. Looking to take it out on anyone. That's what we're talking about when we come to one person. This person's right. But they're right about the violence and the strength. This woman didn't look like she was going to be easy peasy either. And neither did that dog. It's not the easiest target. You know what I'm saying? But it's the target these people or person wanted. It enraged them to see her. What enraged them? Was it seeing her? Just enraged them enough, guys, to do it? Do it this way? Or was it something more, an interaction? Kimberly says, what about maybe a satanic ritual? Do you know if they were a couple? Yes, they were a couple. Yes, and Emma here has a little weird story going on, but it's just too much for Emma. You know, that's a hell of a lot. Yeah, but she could get close enough to kill the dog. Yes. Yes, she could get close enough to kill the dog without a fight. She's the only one that could get to this dog and kill it without it fighting back. She's the only one that can do it. You know, unless you're Michael Myers and you're picking up this dog by the throat and you're sniping its neck in half. You know, but you're not doing that without getting hurt. The only person that could kill the dog stealthily without resistance would be Emma, the girlfriend, yes. Kimberly says, oh boy, yeah, right? Kimberly says she would have been, yep, yeah, exactly, right? So this is not a target for robbery. This is not a target for an assault, guys, of another nature, of a desirable nature. No, this is someone that to them was undesirable. This person was fuming over seeing her at the park in this condition. They had to know her. I mean, how do you not know this fucking woman and you calling her fat, right? She's carving shit in her body. Give me a second. We're going back to the autopsy. Because if you don't know her, it seems very personal, doesn't it? Stab 50 of them to the face. Like, 50. That's anger. That's a man. There's no fucking way. Why is he so angry at her? You know, it's like, well, it's personal then. You're saying, well, it's got to be personal. To him, it's personal, but maybe not to her because she doesn't even fucking personally know him. But this psycho, like they said, this psycho, right? It's either a psycho or it's multiple people with the frenzy mentality. What is it? The mob mentality. They're going nuts. I've seen that. Oh, yeah, that'll happen. That shit is crazy. So that'll happen too, that mob mentality. Or it's one person with the mob in him. He's got a mob mentality inside of him. So it looks like 10 men, but it's one person causing the carnage. You know what it is? It's like all of this physicality, all of this overkill. I know where that comes from, but it's like the physicality of it. You got to think, who has the physical ability to keep doing this over and over? 50 stab wounds. Carve the word fat. 45 minutes, guys, probably an hour. I give him an hour before this is all done. You got to do this within 45, let's say. All this. 50 stab wounds. Fat carved. 15 stab wounds. The fat had to be carved so good. Not so good, but good enough to where you know what the word is. And so, it took a little time. At least 15 stab wounds to her head, including both eyes. Both fucking eyes. Stabbed out of her head. This person is what? Kimberly says maybe he knew. Right, she was lesbian, and that's all it took. Never know. Correct, though. Hate is here. So it could be that. The motive is there with hate. Now, whether it's hate because she's lesbian, whether it's hate because she's a woman, whether it's hate because she's walking the pit bull, whether it's whatever. The hate because the person reminds him of their ex or something, I don't know. That kind of motive, I just know it's hate. Right, Kimberly, you're right. It's hate. So, it's hate. And it could be that specific hate because there is damage and words of a woman hater. Fat, but that's something a woman would say to another woman to insult them. But then again, a man would definitely say it too. I know that, right? You know that's how you get it, people. But what is the message? They said, or to send a message. Kinda, right? But no. Brutal. Katie's pants were pulled down around her knees. And her earbud's still there. I think there was another murder case where a jogger was attacked and there was an earbud still stuck in her ear or whatever. She didn't hear the attacker due to that, and that cost her her life. It is dark. It is the park. She could have it on real loud. And yes, she does, guys, because she's using the dog as an alert system, not the, you know, she uses the dog. She thinks anybody sneaks up on her is impossible. The dog is there. Wow, what transpired in that part? How did he get close to that dog? It's crazy. They're not giving us the autopsy on the dog. I wonder why, if it's not so important. Just throw it out there. How did the dog die? What did they do to it? I'd like to know. But you know what happened to Kate, poor fucking Katie over here. You ain't telling us with the fucking DOG. Kimberly says, do we know if she was ever married to a man and then left him for Emma? I don't know, because this is not on Wiki or not. This is just on Reddit. I couldn't find anything any further, you know? But there's a possibility. There is a possibility of that. There's things that could be done before in the former life, right? To come back like that. I don't know. Possibly jealousy, right? It feels like jealousy. Good point, Kimberly, because that is written down on my sheet here is jealousy. Like either someone's jealous of Katie. Jealous of Katie over Emma, right? Was Emma having an affair? You know? I don't know. The cops would know, right? I don't fucking know. That's not here. You know what I mean? I can't use it because I don't have it. But possible. And this person took her out of the equation. Knew she had the dog. How to kill the dog. And came prepared. This person was personal, like you said, jealous, personal jealous, or hated Katie and her ways. And that's it. Or it was a mob mentality. There's more than one person there. I don't know. They don't really say. They were just girlfriend and boyfriend, dated for 7 years they were dating. Going through this. Guys, I'm really gonna harp on this word fat. Something is telling me, like, you know? You know what it feels like with that word that was carved into her? It feels like it was done last. You know, I like to ask them that. You know, I know they're giving us the autopsy, but they're not going to give us the order and when these wounds were inflicted in. But I'd like to know, I'm just curious if the word fat was last. You know, is that the last thing that was carved onto it? And they tell us that before you know, or was it when she's dead or after? Like, I just like to know certain things. That's all. This person knows certain things. Why can't we know it? You know what I mean? He wants to know it. What is this shit? Why are you doing that? Give me a second, because I want to go to the Manson girls. It might be a girl, you know? Yeah, Kimberly, it might be a girl with a grudge that's really jealous. You know? And plans this all out and knows her routine. She's a specific target then. That's what you're telling me. You know, you're telling me she's targeted. Hence why no one else has been murdered, or you know why this wasn't random. You know, to pick her at random and the dog is pretty fucking ballsy, right? Yeah, pretty ballsy. Kimberly says, got an accomplice, sounds like. Possibly, yeah. Manson murders. Who carved words? Okay. It's the only murder that is well known to me. The carving, the word war was carved into Leno LaBianca's abdomen during the LaBianca murders on August 10th, 1969. Accounts and trials attribute the physical carving and subsequent stabbing mutilations to Patricia Krenwinkel and Tex Watson. So, a man could do it just as easily as a woman, I see. But this is the only known that I know that really sticks out to me about carving things into people for a message. During the murders, Patricia Krenwinkel and follower Tex Watson carved the word war. How could you both do it? I guess they just took turns doing the W. I don't fucking know. One did the W, one did the A, and they shared the R. Who knows? But these women are doing it mostly. You know? It's very woman-like, isn't it? They love it. They carved the X into their foreheads, but so did Manson. So it's hard to say. But it just really points, like you're saying, Kimberly, possible jealousy. It really does. Now, this is surveillance that night. Let's check it out and see if we can see anything of worth of note. I'm at a 60% charge. We're going. So listen real quick. This is surveillance. This is the night of, around the time. This is just like a random jogger, I guess, coming out of his place. And they're just showing us like the entrance to the park. So we're going to see more from this news camera. Sorry, putting mine down because I'm trying to look for the... Okay, let's just play where we see her with the dog. That's not the... I don't know. It's a big... Either way, it's a fucking beast. All right, we're going to show the news reports. Going to show some of the crime scene. You know, I showed you from the top down. Now this is going to see a street level here, right? So this is... Wow, they're all out because this is a massacre in there. Is that street post? There's somebody just taking a nice little walk. We're all doing our thing. We try our damnedest. Now here we go. Here's surveillance that's going to come up. They're going to ask the public's help to identify or these witnesses to come forward. So here's one witness they want to talk to. Apparently this guy comes forward and says Baba Duga, right? And here's three people, ladies and a dude. They're not doing that shit, all right? They ain't doing that shit. This guy with the fucking cane. What? Okay. This guy, I'm going to talk to him. And this is the park. Through the park. Look at that. Beautiful park. Cameras? Cameras don't pick nothing up, though, apparently. Okay. But those are people they want to talk to. All right? Those are people they need to talk to, guys and girls. I have no clue if they talk to them. What does it say about the cameras? Okay, so they didn't have cameras at the time in the park. Now they're going to put them up due to this case. Congratulations. Too little, too late. Too little, too late. Give me a moment on the surveillance. This guy coming out. Now, we're not going to be... That's a negative. This guy's got a cane. Blunt force trauma. That's something red he's keeping, right? That's not like blood stains. Wouldn't it look like that if I played you like that? What? Wait, y'all. He's holding someone underneath his arm, right? My first thought, nah, get the fuck out of here, though. He's got something for blunt force trauma. But what is that? He's holding someone underneath his arm, or is that blood? Come on, he's holding something underneath. He can't be holding something underneath his arm because he's using the cane to walk. Who the fuck is that? Look at this motherfucker. Coming out too. On his phone right away. What's he do? What's going on with that? Yo, guys, what is that on his right side? What the? I'm not doing this anymore. I'm just too paranoid. He's got something for blunt force trauma. On his phone or something, of course. What is that? Is that part of his shirt? And he comes out on his phone too. Same time, bada bing. What's he got on him? Blood? What's wrong with this picture? Circle.
Can you show us my phone after?
Sure.
Okay, as well. From now on, I'm going to be playing Dale, I think.
You like it?
Yeah, because it's more easier to find those spikes.
Cool.
Yeah, no, I'm not lying, bro.
No, you're the man, bro.
Will you still play with me?
Yeah, of course. Hi, guys. I want to check out real quick. That person there, they see if they might notice anything about the red spot on them. So this is, they say, this is on YouTube from that clip you just looked at. 9 cameras that don't work nice. The guy in the hoodie, 77-degree weather. Right, the guy in the hoodie that we saw come out on the cell phone, just like other homeboy, right? They both had the cellies right away coming out the park. Right, where the, apparently that's the park, same park which is lying dead, or at the same time. Anyways, you see that big stain, red stain on him? Right, Kimberly? You've seen that, right? Weird. Okay, I gotta go. Din. Nope, have a good one, Kimberly. Thanks. And they go separate ways, right? They go separate ways. Thank you, Kimberly, for your observations. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you, everybody. Really do. Okay, guys, hold on. This person saw it. Look at the footage of the man with the cane and blood-soaked right side wife beater. We know now the victim was stabbed 50 times. He must have tossed his outer layer shirt after the killing, since the victim's wounds are in the torso and the above. The absence of visible blood in the suspect's pants or shoes is not notable. If you watch closely, he's exiting the park at a quick pace and only taking 3 to 2 steps while his cane touches the ground. He finally slow down for a final few steps. I believed he noticed. Let's see what people say about that. It's possible the clothes or shirt hanging from the back left pocket was used to protect his hand from sustaining wounds during the attack. However, the blood on the shirt could also be from a wound sustained from the dog. Bye, Kimberly. Good night. Have a good night. Thank you so much for coming in. But right, it could be a wound from the dog. Hence the blood. This guy's not walking away without a fucking wound. Whoever it was. So it likely could occur when the soaked hand was raised to strike it. Right, because he's raising his hand, they're saying the dog would jump up and bite him here, or whatever. Midsection was exposed. Assuming this was an unprovoked attack, the victim's chance at meaningful responding time would have been minimal, but there is a chance the dog had a successful bite, for sure. Pending the results of the dog necropsy and the victim's fingernail analysis, I expect that. We're going to get anything from the dog. I see that, the person says, the blood. I thought I seen that too. Couldn't tell if it was blood or rip. Definitely suspicious. No, that's not blood. They say it's a bag with the red logo on it. Could a bag from Trader Joe's be another store nearby the park? Yeah, guys, don't worry. It's just a bag with Trader Joe's. That's all. He's happened to have a bag that's... Yeah, okay. Oh, fuck you. Yeah, good one, brother. This is from Alan Gamble. 11 months ago on YouTube. So what do you think, guys? What is that about? Did we find the culprit? The motherfucker walks out on camera with blood all over him. All right, cool. I didn't know that was gonna happen, everybody. We're doing this live, and I do it with you live, so we can figure it out. I guess we just did. All right, go question the man with blood all over his fucking wife beater. Coming out the park with a dead body was just at. This person, Murtad 4568, said she had the letter FAT carved on her chest. It was her stomach, guys. Not on her chest. It was her stomach, because you're fat near your stomach. And it's easy to carve the stomach, not the chest. Her chest was mutilated. Her cash, her earphones still present with her when she was found. This is either an online dating meetup, the park gone wrong, or this is someone in the area with a lengthy crime sheet. They have to check the surveillance, blah, blah, blah. Fuck you. Sorry, guys. I'm reading through these comments. They suck. We're done. Moving on. So we got the surveillance, guys, and there was a man, 2 men. But this man is some shit. So we're going to see this guy. I guess the cops talked to this person. They said, hey, listen, buddy. We want to talk to you for a minute. Let's go widescreen on this. We want to talk to you. Because you seem to have... It is a bag, right? Is that a bag? It's a fucking bag, right? Come on, everybody. What is that shit? Can they digitally enhance this shit? What is that? We're back. He comes out of the park right on his phone, too. Wow, what is that? Wow, this is strange. Usually I can be able to peek shit, you know? But I don't wanna put something in my head and then see it. You know what I'm saying? I wanna see it and then put it in my head. But it's like if it's a book or like a newspaper or a bag, like his arm would have to hold it, you know? But his arm is free because of the cane. And that could definitely be used for blunt force trauma. He is sweaty. You know, this guy is sweaty. This guy's got a cane for blunt force. Why take the tree? Possible touch. There's no trace evidence, touch evidence. It's a bag, right? Very hard to tell, everybody. Very hard to tell. Either way, he's sweaty. He's got a cane, possible weapon. A phone, he's on it. He is sweaty too, guys. That really strikes me that his sweat is profuse. Like he's been doing something. Like he's not even running though. He wasn't training or running or. I know it's probably hot. But this guy's got this other guy's got a fucking hoodie on. So it ain't that hot, right? Look at this. This other guy's got a hoodie. So that's my point about the hoodie guy is that he's chilling in jeans and hoodies, and he comes on his phone too, like nothing's wrong. He's fast. And he's dodging the camera. Is he dodging the camera? Oh, he's dodging it. Real good. Yeah, smooth. Yeah, alright, he's smooth with it. He's gone. That's strange, everyone. Don't, you know, wow, he's very sweaty, this person. I don't know why. Sweaty man. Blood, possible. There you have it. This is an unsolved murder still. Unsolved. I covered everything. Multiple people. Frenzy mob mentality. But the dog is getting a wound. Yeah, excuse me. The dog is getting a licking. Guaranteed. Whether that's blood or not on that man, it doesn't matter. The dog is getting a lick. Before the dog dies, it's gonna get you. If you don't got a gun, guys, that dog's gonna get you. No fucking way. You're going in an arena with a pit bull, 3 years old, and you're going in with a knife. No matter how big the knife is, ain't no fucking way you're gonna chop its head off in one stroke. Good luck. Good luck to you, sir. But you're gonna get struck by this dog before you know, you take it. And the word, fat, it takes time to do this. It takes time. Always a possibility of every second going by that you get caught, unless she's already dead. Carve it in after death, then you ain't worried about shit, right? Very weird case, guys. Very scary. I want to go on to another video. This is a visual for her after 5 years of not being solved.
You knew her personality, her talent.
She said she was a nice girl.
It's because she wanted to laugh.
He says it's
But here's the entranceway.
worked with Katie.
Every little thing that Katie did, like at work, not at work, was because she wanted to laugh.
He says it's upsetting to know that no one has been held accountable for his friend's death.
There's somebody out there that did something very violent. Live in the neighborhood, will walk home from work at night, and I see young
Charles Allen Drive. They said she's found just inside the entrance. Is that the entrance where these people were coming right out of? Like, that's what I'm looking for, that entrance, so I can see where these people were coming out of. She's found right inside of that. Charles Allen Drive. Charles Allen Drive. Wow, this is fucking creepy shit. Charles Allen Drive. Holy shit, dude. Alright. Trying to just look for that entrance these people were coming at it, guys. So going to the Charles Allen Drive, you're gonna come in. You're gonna keep going. You're gonna keep going down the street here. Wow, this is some fucking walk. Where did she walked all that way? What the fuck, man? That's a long ass, I wonder where the entrance is. All right, guys, I'm going back because I really can't see where this entrance to the park is that we're seeing on the news. I'd love to see it. Charles Allen Drive, and then it just, you know what I mean? What the fuck is this? Oh, wait, hold on. Charles Allen. It's fucking just one long ass street, huh? All right, either way, I can't get to that entranceway. I want to get there to this entranceway. It looks like these people are coming right out of side of the entranceway where the body was. Very quickly. This is amazing. It really is amazing, guys, to go through this fucking Google Earth. To be there, Charles Allen Drive. Just trying to see the entrance to the park. That looks to be the entrance then. I guess that's it. But it just looks, wow, it's a circular pit here. Wow, guys, this is creepy shit, man. For some reason, it's creepy. God. Right here, okay. I want to play this a little more.
And I feel like that's a false sense of security.
Since Katie's killing, the city has upgraded and expanded surveillance at the park. Powell says he worries something terrible will happen again and wants to see more done.
It's very dark. It's very easy for someone to hide behind these stone walls.
Melissa Rainey is working on a documentary about Katie's story. She wants to bring more...
For there to be a little bit more answer.
When Katie was killed, security cameras were not working in the park.
Frustrated. I sometimes, because I live in the neighborhood.
10th Street in Charles. And then there's a gate. So 10th Street in Charles. Alright, I'm trying to see 10th Street here. There it is, 10th Street in Charles. So it's right here? It really didn't look like that. Has it changed? Oh, maybe it's changed. I don't know. That shit, no. That shit didn't even look like that. 2 brick walls, and then you're entering the park. Charles Allen Drive to 10th Street. All right. Weird. But that's what it looks like. All right. See if there's anything else we can find. You know what I mean? As far as like video or anything else, I think. Wow. I think that's it. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else. You know, guys, I really don't. I think that is that. I don't think I can go anywhere else with this case. I don't want it. I don't want to leave it this way, but strong person to kill the dog. That's all. What's this? This is where the larger tree was or something. They're showing us a picture of the morning crime scene. That's still seen loading large tree. But this is probably where the murder took place. The body was found underneath the tree. They took the tree out. Probably right here or close by. Come up on the body in the dark, huh? Really? Interesting. Last photo. The dog. You see the dog. It's fast. You know, come on. people in the area. This jogger was interviewed. Nada. Just that guy's not pulling that off, is he? Like, you gotta be Jeffrey Dahmer incarnated. But this guy and this other homeboy, it may be. He's got a red stain. You can see all the way from here. So that's either a fucking nappy that you wear around your shoulder for some reason, which I don't buy it. So that guy's a little suspicious. There he is again. You can see the red mark coming out of the park at the same time. Probably found, here's the entrance, right? So people already find close. Checking his phone, cane, blunt force trauma object. So the only person in this whole video who has any kind of weapon that could be used for blunt force would be this person. They got a cane coming out of there. So they are bringing the murder weapon out. But who the fuck do I know? And this is Katie. That's the last time she was seen. Murdered brutally on a whim. Pants down beneath the fucking knees to humiliate her. Humiliate this woman. Trying to fucking humiliate people by murder. I'm sorry, I'm looking through the release of the images, guys. There is still more images of the front of, and this is the dude coming out. So they're releasing images of the, I keep showing you this, of possible witnesses they want to talk to, and this is one of them, this guy with the big red stain on the side of his fucking abdomen. That's that night, she's dead in there, and this guy's coming out all bloody. So why don't the cops just do their fucking job, and maybe we can solve a lot more crimes. Maybe they can do their fucking job and do hard police work and not sleep for a little bit and, you know, not eat for a while and just eat this case and eat and sleep this shit instead of doing waiting around for DNA and Ancestry and shit like that. You know? Do some hard police work. What?
I'll wait for that.
Yeah, sure. Love you, bro.
Love you too.
Some hard police work. Thanks.
It's warm
in here. Love you, son. See you, brother.
See ya.
I want to visit Reddit again on this picture. So listen, there's a picture on Reddit about this from 5 fucking years ago. Where have I been? Atlanta Police Released 911 call surveillance video. It's a picture of that man with the red stain on his shirt. I'm so upset about this, says Marjorie 5 years ago, about that picture and that man with the blood on his shirt. I'm so upset about this. Look how well that lit that is. How many people were in the park at the time? How could this have happened? It's like Jack the Ripper. How do you do it that quickly with no one noticing? I live in Atlanta. I'm really afraid that this man is loose out there. One man is really scarier more than multiple mob mentality, isn't it, on this crime? I agree, says Serious Garbage 7972, 5 years on Reddit about the case. I agree. I also live in Atlanta. I'm shocked that someone was able to get away with the crime. It's gruesome with that many people around. So scary, because a lot of the people are probably in on it, possibly, and participating in it. Please, can someone tell me what happens? Yeah. So like I said, to kill the dog, you will need to gain its trust or have its guard down for 1 second. You can catch Katie with her guard down easily, but the dog was not going to be a simple task. Emma, the girlfriend, is the one that finds the body. Emma's the last one to see her alive, supposedly. She could have met her at the park. She could have told, Emma could have told Katie when they met up at work that she would meet her at the park after work and then met her at the park. But she'd be on surveillance, right? She'd be on surveillance entering the park. But maybe she entered through a way where there was no surveillance. I don't know, but that's a lot for one woman to do. But it is a woman with jealousy. It could be a woman that's angry, you know, with the fat being in there and the brutality of it, but it's just too much physical. She just got off work. Ain't no fucking way she's doing all this. 50 stab wounds to the face and head and chest. Beatings with blunt objects. What the fuck is this? You know? Why don't you guys tell me what the fuck this is? I want to say, guys, the Helter Skelter killings The reason that these words were carved by them into their victims was to throw off the police. You know? That's why I want to know if the word was carved after or before death or during. Was it for torture purposes' sake, or was it for to throw off the police? No money taken. FAT. Guys, really, hold on. You know what it is? Like, the thing is, they're saying that the fat was put on there in the torso to indicate possible intent to deface her or send a message, right? But there's 50 stab wounds to the face. So that's pretty much sending a fucking message. And that's defacing her. You know, all these wounds, defacing the tattoo, the beatings here, the stabbings here, the playfulness of it, you know, the enjoyment of it. Fat. You know? That is going to give something away. It's the fat and the dog. Those two things, the overkill, this person had fun, or this person was angry, it was a mob mentality. Either way, the fat is either done, to deface her and disgrace her while she's alive, like to have her suffer during it, or to send someone like a message after death of that she was fat. Man, this person, what the fuck is this? I'm trying to still get there, man, and that's why this stream is not off. I can't get there. You know, this... "15 stab wounds to her head, including both eyes." They say reflecting extreme violence. So meaning that it's the overkill, but through the eyes, taking the eyes out with the knife. Oh yeah? Both eyes. You stab both eyes out. This is fucking what? Significant mutilation observed to her breast and upper torso. A specific tattoo, particularly. We've seen the tattoos that are on her. These are the tattoos. There's the crow and there's a dolphin. It looks like one is for like life and joy and one is for kind of like transformation and shit. Like these pictures that we were seeing of her holding these tattoos on her shoulders. I don't see any other tattoos. But she doesn't have her shirt off, so you know what I mean? I'm guessing it's these arms. But the cause of death is going to be sharp force injuries, manner, homicide. Not sure if that's the slit of the throat, the coup de grace. Possible. That's what it sounds like to me. They said blunt force trauma to her head and neck and extremities, separate from the stab wound. So this is like a branch, or like you saw that cane. It's something being heavily hit or hit against her in her head and her neck and her extremities. Extremities meaning outer parts, other parts. They could be all parts or other parts. I don't know. But blunt force trauma, extensive to her head and neck, but not enough to kill her. Just enough to beat her. What gets me is the neck, you know, like It's just all over then. It's just not really, there's no rhyme or reason. It's just swinging away. The cause of death is sharp force injuries, so there's a coup de grace here. These other injuries, these 50 stab wounds, primarily to the face, chest, and torso, aren't kills. They're saying they're not kills. The mortal wound is coming from, and what, you broke the fucking eyes out, and that's not a mortal wound? You're stabbing your fucking brain in, right? What is going on with this autopsy report? Not telling us the order of these wounds. You know, guys, that's very important in this murder. The order of these wounds being inflicted. I'd like to know when that was written, the fat, after or during death, you know? What is that? Is it meant to send a message, defacer, or is it meant to torture her?
Hey, Daddy.
Yes.
And it feels wrong.
Okay, bud. Let me see.
And it's really itchy.
All right. There's no bite on it.
I haven't seen it right.
No, you're fine, bud. Give me a moment. I want to go back to Google Earth. I do want to check this area out. It's a little more. Hey, GD baby, how are you? You just love those little voices. Yeah. We might have got hit by a tick or something earlier. It was something else with a possible foot infection, so he's fine. But I hope you're going good, GG baby. I hope everything is well today. Everybody, thank you. Kimberly, GG baby, everybody that came in and did 6 likes, thank you so much. Grinding it out here. So any support is welcomed. The meadow at Piedmont Park. Wow, that's pretty damn beautiful. This is an open field here. Okay. So the cops are searching the lake that I showed you earlier. They're searching that lake for a murder weapon. They're searching it for the knife or the sharp weapon, right? They think a knife was used. By these wounds, by the medical examiner, they definitely know it's a knife. And it makes sense that someone in a park would have a knife. It really does. You know, this person took the opportune time here. They were sitting in the park at 1 a.m. You have a dog with you guys. So she's going to the park at 1 a.m. She's got a 3-year-old pit bull. And this fucking dog is nimble, quick. It looks young. It looks ready to fire on all cylinders. That's why she has the dog. That's why she has the earphones in her ear, and she's found dead with one of them in. Because she has the dog as an alarm. She doesn't need to hear what's coming. That dog's going to hear what's coming. So something was really massive here. Wow, how could you pull that off without being hurt? You're gonna get hurt. I just want to see the surrounding areas, guys. It's like Crest Hill Ave. There's a lot of residential houses going out of the park. This person might be close. Persons or person is in the area. You know, around this area. If we zoom out in Google Earth, you know, if you put a radius, let's show you the radius. There's no fucking way this person ain't local, boys and girls. So here's the park. Where's the park? Here's the park. This is the big meadow I was telling you about. Big open meadow. That's the lake they searched. Probably the body's found somewhere in these trees, you know, somewhere around this area. Possibly. Don't hold me to it. But then if you zoom out, you see how urban it is. And yeah, these people are in the radius of the park. They must know the park very well. And there it is. So you got to know the park, Piedmont Park. Piedmont Park Cafe. There's a lot of, right? So that's my take on that. This person's local. They're within the radius. You know, you want to know this really things? 10-mile radius of the park. So I would choose a 10-mile radius of the park in all directions. Really, they're close because they know the park. You know what I'm saying? There's no fucking way they don't know this area. They're very comfortable in doing what they did to her and the dog. They were very comfortable in doing it. That's my point. Very comfortable, relaxed, even in the short period of time that they had to do it in. They knew the area very well. So this person's in a 10-mile radius. You know why too? Because this murderer or murderers, they left on foot. There's no fucking way they hopped in a car and took off. This is all accessible by foot. Everybody access. Thanks for the love. Appreciate it. Thank you for the likes too, everybody. Thank you, Gigi Baby, Kimberly. Thank you for coming in tonight. I really appreciate everybody. Even if you didn't say hi or anything, you like anything, thank you. Time is precious. Thank you so much. Yeah, they're left on foot. So they're close. Wherever they went, they're very close. They're 10-mile radius. I think it's shorter than the 10-mile, but I'm giving the 10-mile stretch out from the park. And then I'll start there, you know? There's a lot more they have that we don't have, but we're working with what we have. And that's what I would do. 10 miles, that's where these people are, a person is. And that's it. And let me see if there's any more. The dog's huge, guys. It's the dog and this fat carved on her. But the dog is going to be a problem here. She went to the park to kill time. No point intended. She went to the park to wait for her friend to get off work. Really? Really? Thanks for the 7 likes. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hey, Eden Cat. How you doing? Eden Cat, how are you? We're talking another case here. A brutal one. But I hope you're well, Eden Cat. Thanks for coming and saying hi. Guys, I want to talk to you for a second about the word fat. This person is skinny. This person is skinny. That's my point. That's what the word fat means. So if this person is carving fat on someone else, that means they're skinny. So the person doing it is like in shape, or that looks like that surveillance guy, right? He's pretty in shape and muscular, but either way, I'm not doing that. I don't want to, you know, the fat. The person who writes it, who carves it, is skinny. They are in shape. They're not fat. So that's why they call her fat and think she's a slob, right? And think down and degrade her shape. They pull her pants down to her knees. So they're really degrading her. This person is, must be in good shape. That's my point of the fat. You know, they're not fat. This person writing it and carving it into her is not fat. You know, this person even might seem a little giddy on doing this. You know, might be smiling and laughing as they're carving this into them. Fat. But the person doing it is not fat. That's my point. Description of the suspect. Profiling the suspect. Getting a visual and a mentality of this individual or individuals. So one of them was very fit. One of them was fit. One of them was not fat. That's for sure. Muscular, good, strong. I gotta go back to the autopsy. Huh. Fat. I'm just reading over the Reddit, guys. I mean, I don't know much further I want to take more from this, but I don't think I got no more in me. Like, what else is there? Thanks for the 7 likes, everybody. Appreciate it. But it's like, I think I'm close. I thought I'm close, but I'm not on it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm on it, but I thought I was just confusing with these people there. Like, the gender of them. You know, man, female. Hard to tell. One man or more. Hard to tell. "50 times. Suffered more than 50 stab wounds to the face, chest, and the torso, all upper body. Destruction. Vandalizing that face, vandalizing the body. Suffered more than 50 stab wounds." The reason I'm bringing that up is it one person doing it 50 times, everybody, or is it 2 people doing it 25 times a piece? You know what I'm saying? 50. 15. It's a lot of work for one person. They definitely have an incredible shape. Killed a dog, 65 stab wounds altogether, carving the word fat, mutilating shit, picking stuff up and swinging it. It's a lot of work. This person is one-man army then. So the crime was, the APD chiefs quoted, the crime was so unique that I felt we needed to collaborate with as many resources as we possibly can. Her phone was on the ground near her body. Okay. So, the phone on the ground near the body. Her expensive headphones were found on her, one still in her right ear. She was attacked from behind. So that's what I say about why the phone is dropped. Right where it lays, right where her body is, that's where all what it takes place. She doesn't move too far at all, if not anywhere. Hit from behind. The dog. Wow, man, they gotta surprise the fucking dog too. Either way, I don't know what. How do you do the dog? I don't know how you do the dog, everyone. That's a little bit of a problem. But for her, it's gonna be a hit. So you gotta have more than one person, right? Somebody to take care of the dog while you take care of her. So yeah, it's gotta be multiple. Fucking A, right? It's gotta be multiple. The mom mentality here, the Manson mentality, in the stabs to the face, to the different parts of the body. The different wounds indicate different suspects, different tastes, different wants. The fat carved, that's a different need. That goes way out of the realm of necessary. It's not necessary. It's unnecessary. So that is something striking to me. I want to say a female with a male mentality, or even another. I say two males and a female, possibly. Possibly. You know why? Because she was lesbian, right? She was LGBT, right? She was. Another female could be just as, say, fat. Call her fat, nasty, slob. And who's doing the heavy lifting here would be these male companions. But you know what gets me, everybody? If that is the case, why not take the $5 off them? Why not take her headphones? You know, why not take the phone? So it leads me to believe that this person could be one man, and he's really smart, and he knows what he's there for, and he knows how to get caught and not to get caught. So he's not taking everything unnecessary. He's just there what he needs to do, and that's it. It's such a short period of time to do it in. So you got to have multiple people here to do this quickly. But I don't get this. Guys, so I want to talk one more time about the timeline. So this woman, Katie, takes the dog for a nightly walk in Midtown at 11 p.m. at night, okay? Per usual, it's not the greatest time, guys. It really isn't. But she's got the pit bull, you know? But you can see, damn, that wasn't even see. So my point about this 11 o'clock thing here with Katie is that I think this person or persons possibly had to be watching her this whole time since 11, since she went out since 11, because Katie only stops by Emma's work. She goes in for like a few minutes and then comes out later and just doesn't stop anywhere else but right to the park. And that's that surveillance footage you saw, that clip of her crossing the street on the rainbow, right? And then she's found shortly after that, of course, an hour later, dead inside, shortly, not far from that, just inside the park entrance. A little too deep. It looks like she's gonna go right back, right? She's gonna go back and pick up her friend, or pick up her girlfriend, Emma. So, what do you think? You know? Wow. It's an unbelievable case. I mean, it's a hell of a way to do something. But thanks for the 7 likes, guys. I do appreciate it. Appreciate the attention here. Appreciate you guys, your time. Gigi, Baby, Kimberly, Indian Cat, thank you all. I'm about to wrap this stream up in a few more minutes, everybody. This has been a very tough one. I wanted to investigate it for the first time. But APD does not know the exact time that Katie and Bowie died, but had put it between a very narrow 12:20 and 1 a.m. time frame. And you see here that Emma at 12:20 finishes her shift, and it's supposedly that's when this attack starts, and it ends at 1 when she finds him. So they're telling you that between the time Emma left for work and texts Katie with no reply, that's when the attack is occurring, because there's no reply from the phone. It's at her feet the whole time. She's incapacitated. She's unable to grab the phone. Right? She's unable to even take her earphone out. Oh, you motherfuckers. Ain't that nasty? Stupid ass motherfucker. Who does that, you sick bastard? Won't even let me take the fucking earphone out? She doesn't even have time, guys, to reach for anything. Who is this sick fuck? Guys, they can find them. They gotta find them. They gotta find these people. This person. 5 years he's sitting on the street? Bad police work. Go to hell. Get this person off. What is this person? Ain't a person, guys. What is that? You know? Don't even let this woman take her fucking earphone out. She didn't even reach for her phone. She couldn't reach for shit. Too busy murdering her, torturing her. Son of a bitch. Wow. Brutal. 10-mile radius. 10-mile radius from Piedmont Park. Person's on foot. Everyone there's on foot. This murderer's on foot. I want him. 10-mile radius. He's close. He or she or them are close. Check guy with big red spot on the side of his ribs coming out the front of the fucking park entrance. July 28th, that night, guys, at 12:25. The murder is supposed to be occurring between 12:20 and 1. That's what their guesstimation is. A narrow window. Fucking narrow, huh? Dude, you really narrowing that shit to kill a dog like that and kill her like that. It's crazy narrow. Emma uses her iPhone, the My iPhone app, to see where Katie is. You know what's strange to me, guys? I want to ask you a question. She uses the iPhone app, though, when she finally, like, hour later. Why doesn't she use the iPhone app as soon as she texts Katie when she's at work and she's not answering? Why does she go home first, guys? Because she says, oh, I think Katie's there. So might as well just go home and check first. And then okay, makes sense. Then you escalate, right? Okay. Oh, she's not answering, she's probably home. But that's not like her, but all right, she's probably home. Oh, you know what I mean, guys? Like, we would use the iPhone app way earlier. She might have prevented the murder. She might have walked up on the murder if she's not the murderer. It's catty. It's catty. Yeah, it's personal. It's jealousy. The only one would have motive here would be Emma to do some shit like that, to write things like that, you know, to kill in that form or fashion. That's crazy, though. This girl, she looks like a little butch. Are they, you know, they look to be, they could swing the pipe, possibly, you know? Could have been an argument. What did they say happened at work? Why did she leave? Was there an argument between them? What does the surveillance at work say? Did anybody see them talking? Were they arguing, guys? What's happening there in that conversation? Is this a mad?
Like and subscribe.
Yeah. Is this a mad? Is she mad at each other? Did they get in an argument at work, guys, and then she took off and, you know, the friend followed her? I don't know. This is the deal. The friend would have to call off work, get off work at 12:20-ish, like she's supposed to be normal, and then right from there go right to the park. Because she knows that Katie's going to the park to meet her, and they got in a fight, and she's going to go talk it out in the park. And then she goes and meets her at the park, does all that, and then comes home at 12:45 and checks on My iPhone, guys. And then goes at 1 and finds her 1 on the bike. Why the bike? There was no bike going to work. There's no bike going home. That's right.
And thanks, guys. So much thanks for supporting us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What are you doing?
Poppy. I like actual poppy.
That's
My
right.
soda. My poppy.
So why, you know, that's what I'm saying about that timeline there. You know, she could do it because what you're doing is you're just telling her, you're going to meet her at the park. We'll talk about this later at the park. I'm getting off, and I'll meet you at the park. So she goes to the park to meet up with her to talk it out. And that's when this Emma clocks out. Instead of going home, like she says, she goes to the park. So that time frame is her murdering her friend or her lover, and then she goes home at 12:45, tracks the phone, and then goes and finds her. She says she uses the iPhone app to track her, but she knows exactly where she is. How's that sound? How's that sound, guys? She uses the iPhone app to track her, but she already knows where she is. Why would she need to use the iPhone app to track her when she knows she's at the park? But she knows her exact location, but she's going to tell you she's going to use the iPhone app to do it. But she already knows because she killed her, so she knows where she is. But she's going to tell you she's going to use the iPhone app. Can they prove that? And even if she does prove it, that's a good cover-up. So she has it. That's good. But you can do that, right? Can we say that? What does this Emma look like? So here she is, I believe. I want to say this is the Emma girl, but I mean, who else would Katie be standing next to? Let me see. All right, I'm looking for like Emma. Okay, here's Emma. Take a good look at Emma. Big size difference here in the women. So you would have to use cunning. The only way to kill the dog with non-injury would be Emma. The only person who could kill the dog would be Emma by non-injury. Because Emma knows, the dog knows Emma, and Emma knows the dog. That's the only person that could do it, guys, without being injured. Is Emma. And the fat would be from Emma. She's angry. Personal, jealousy, personal. So that could explain that, you know? Why the dog didn't hurt the person? Because they knew, the dog knew the person. That's the only way you can safely say that, you know, the person wasn't injured. No DNA, no scratch, no touch, no hairs. No, the dog didn't get a bite off, didn't get a scratch off. Holy fucking A. Well, isn't that hell of a luck? Hell of a luck of a draw. This person was Wolverine. This person was 007 on that kill. But this person is the only person that's the dog's gonna trust. And she'd be able to pull a quick knife out and slice his throat, 1, 2, 3, or do whatever she fucking wanted. She knew the time. Anyways. What do you think? You know? What do you think? It's some shit, huh? That is the girlfriend Emma. That is Katie. Last photo. So... what do you think, guys? So what I'm thinking... Thanks for the 8 likes, everyone. I appreciate it. I'm 31% charged. I'm going to end this stream in a moment. Got to recharge the phone, recharge my batteries, and maybe go on a late night run. Not to the Piedmont Park, though, guys. Not to Piedmont Park. But she would be seen on surveillance, right? No, because apparently they don't even have the killer on surveillance, and 9 of the cameras weren't working. So, where would she come from and enter, right? I don't know. I don't know where she lives and all that. That's crazy shit. I don't want to do that to the poor woman. So it's not my deal. It's the cops' deal. They get paid to do it. Mm-hmm. Wow. The thing that gets me too is the bike. You know, she breaks the bike out now. Where was this whole bike going to work? You know, why not ride the bike to work? If work's so close and the park's so close, why not use the bike then to work? Why use it to the park and not to work, guys? Was she on her? She was trying to tell you that she was really on it. Like she's really afraid for her friend and worried. She's really worried. But there's a whole 45-minute gap here when she goes home, or I guess it takes her a while to walk home. All right, she walks home. Takes her a while to get home, guys. All right, she's legit on it. Yeah, this is too close, so she's legitimate then. Yeah. All right. All right, give it to her then. She's at work. Fucking way she's pulling this off. Right? Mastermind of a lifetime. Holy shit. No, that's crazy though. No. Guys, it's just true that the time frames here don't really... If she's clocked in at work, she don't get out till 12:20-ish. Why do they not know she's got to clock out with a clock out car time, right? Come on, man. What do you mean 12-ish? 12:20-ish. It's either 12:20 or it's 12:21 or it's 12:22. Don't they got that clock on lockdown? Don't they know exactly when she clocks in and out? Terrible. Moving on. 50 stab wounds. Letters fat carved in the stomach to degrade. Erase the face. Erase the eyes. Beat the shit out of the head. Coup de grace in the throat. All face, all top, all smash, all anger. Sounds like a woman that does the fat, right? It really sounds like a woman doing this. Really sounds like a fucking woman doing it. Sounds like that. The branch, the tree, take the branch off the tree, beat the shit out of them, bring the knife with you. Wow. The dog is the only person that's trusted is Emma. The only person the dog trusts is Emma. But it's very hard to do it time frame wise. I mean, but that's just her word. They're saying work has got her at 12:20. So this person on Reddit, long jumping suspects 5'7" says about the case. She was likely ambushed from behind at the start of the attack. Like I told you guys, hence the earbud still being in there, not even touching the earbud or the phone at any point. If so, the murderer is left-handed. Okay. Come on, guys. Is Emma left-handed? Is Emma? What's her last name? Guys, we're gonna get her last name. We're gonna see if she's left-handed. She would have to do it by... I don't understand all this. Hold on. Emma Clark. Okay. Is Emma Clark left-handed? No, they're not giving it. They're not... They're not spelling it right. She's fucking left-handed? I don't know. Is there pictures we could look at? Is she holding something in her left hand? Oh, hold on. Hold on, there's a selfie. Wait, there's a selfie here. She's taking a selfie. All right? So she's holding the camera with what hand? The left hand. All right, she's holding... Everybody, I'm holding my camera in my left hand, but I'm right-handed. Doesn't mean that. Okay, hold on. She's holding a cup. She's holding a cup with the left hand. It's left-handed. Yeah, she's holding the cup with the left hand, right? She's holding the phone with the left hand, right? Would you say she's left-handed? This person on Reddit says the attacker had to hit her from behind, like I said, but they said they had to be left-handed to do it. And Emma is holding everything with her left hand. It's very rare to have a southpaw. To be southpaw, it's extra Rocky Balboa, you know. It's very left is a very rare thing. And she left hand cup hold. Everything is left right now. Left hand hold on the phone. But I can't look at that. The cup hold is left. So this person on Reddit saying the killer had it left-handed. All right. Let's see what else he has to say about that. All right. She fought back. The cuts to extremities appear to be defensive. This implies the blood under her fingernails with the focus of the DNA test. I didn't know there was blood underneath the fucking fingernails. Did you guys hear me read that? I didn't hear that in any of this shit. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, fucking DNA. Well, what the fuck? She had many tattoos. Right, I think I told you guys, can't tell which one. I would very much like to know their subject matters. The ones that provoke mutilation may provide data relative to the one that didn't. Right, well, the crow, the dolphin, one's metamorphosis, one's dark, one's light, one's acceptance, one really isn't. So you just take your pick. I had thought killer may have used two weapons based on both sharp and blunt trauma, not wedded to the idea, but something seems off about the variability of the contusion sizes. The variability of the contusions and the depth and length of cuts and stabs combined with hesitation marks on the incised T makes me raise this possibility we may be looking at multiple assailants. Okay, frenzy. I know how unlikely that is on a blind statistical basis. I'm struggling to even raise the idea because it feels irresponsible. But that's what the autopsy particulars indicate to me. That there's two different weapons, sharp and blunt, wielded by two different people at different heights and levels of physical ability. By stab deaths, one is significantly heavier than the other. And again, this is not a pronouncement, but I honestly feel this is the curve of best fit. The two assailant scenario also makes this feeling of Bowie better explained, though in general how and where the kill strikes through potential source of insights, but the failure of the cameras maybe. Guys, I got it. Wait. All right. Two people. It's two people. It's two killers. Two murderers. And one's a woman and one's a man. That's why. One man, one woman, team. That's who it is in the park that night. That's why this guy is saying good. I'm going to use him a little bit because he's bringing a good point. Two different weapons, two different physicalities used. The knife would be used for the woman, and she got it. Done. Gotcha, bitch. That's what it is, guys. It's two different people. One's a man and one's a woman. One has that's why the carve is fat. That's why the word is fat. It's the woman carving it. The woman's using the knife. And they may both be using the knife, but the woman's main weapon is the knife and the carving, and the man is swinging the heavy object. I think the tree branch, hence why they took the tree. He took the branch off the tree and started beating her with it while she was stabbing and playing with the knife and carving. And they finished it with the coup de grace. A man and a woman. You're looking for one man, you're looking for one woman. They know each other. They're in the area in a 10-mile radius. They live on foot. They walk around. Man and a woman. Man and a woman. I don't know the race. I don't know the nationality. I don't know any of that. All I do know, it's a man and a woman because of these two different markings. And like the person said, the two different tools used. The instruments of death used. Two different wielders. Two different physicalities. One man, one woman. The writing is fat. That is like the Manson murders. The women and men would do that, but mostly the women, while the men would beat. So this is reminiscent of that. One man, one woman. No more than that. That's it. One man, one woman. Yeah, I don't know how the dog was killed, guys, because the cops won't tell us the autopsy on the dog. All right, so we gotta. What we have to do here is assume by cunning the dog was killed. meaning that the man and the woman were in the park. They caught her eye, whatever it was, ran into her, ran into the dog, got the woman somehow got the dog the trust. They got her trust somehow, the dog's trust, got the dog close enough to finish the dog. But you got to do it in a way. I never done nothing like that. So don't ask me. I don't have the autopsy. I don't have the pictures of the crime scene. I don't got pictures of the bodies. I don't got pictures of the wounds. I'm going off this guy too. We're going off everything we have on the internet. So it's one man and it's one woman. And that's it. That's the real reviewer. I'm telling it now. That's who did it. Now, it could be more people, but I'm telling you, a woman is in this. For some reason, there's a woman in this. There's a woman in this kill. And you hold me to that. And you come back months from now or 20 years from now, or you come back tomorrow when they say that there's a woman involved in this murder. It's not Emma, though. It's a man and a woman doing it. It could be multiple men, but it's one woman. It's a woman in there. Because of the fat and because of the knife being used. She's using the knife, he's wielding the heavy object, which is probably a branch off the tree, hence why they take the tree for evidence. Because they touched the tree. So yeah, and they think it's used as a murder weapon. It's right on there. It's there. I'm good with that. I'm good with one man, one woman. They catch her in the park, and that's how it's done. And that's why the carving of fat, a woman did it. That's my theory. That's my solving this motherfucker. And they're in a 10-mile radius, the man and the woman. They frequent the park. They might be known around the area. I don't live there, guys. I don't fucking know. I wasn't there in 2021. I'm not there now. I'm there on Google Earth. I'm there on the internet, right? What do you think about that? I want to know what shirt she had on here. There's a shirt she has on. You know? There's a shirt. And I don't know what the shirt says. You know, something could have triggered these people to know. They just knew. And that was it. But it's a woman. One of them is a woman. Good. This guy on Reddit had it down, and that's why he says multiple assailants, but he doesn't say specifically man or woman. I'm telling you, that's the different assailants. He says, I know how unlikely, right. He says that, I know how unlikely, he said the variability of the contusions and the depth and length of cuts and stabs combined with the hesitation marks on the inside. See, he's talking about autopsy I don't have, but maybe look at multiple assailants. He says, I know how unlikely this is to build on statistical basis, but I'm struggling to even raise the idea because it feels irresponsible, but that is what the autopsy is indicating. These are two different weapons, sharp and blunt, wielded by two different people of two different heights and levels of physical ability. That is a man and a woman. By stab deaths, one is significantly heavier than the other. They're taking turns with the knife. And again, this is not a pronouncement, but I honestly see this as a curve of the best fit. The two assailant scenario also makes the killing of Bowie better explained, though in general how and where Bowie was killed strike me as potential sources of insight as well. Mine too, guys. I told you, the dog will be something we don't have much on the dog. That's the problem there. But he's right about that. The two assailant, it would be easier explained on how to take care of business here. You know? Wow. All right, everybody, I think I'm done with this because I'm kind of like, I'm not scared anymore. I'm not scared of this anymore or anything like that, but I kind of done, guys. I kind of done with this case. I'm over it. I'm not over it, but you know, one man and one woman is who they should be looking for. There's a woman involved in this, and that's where they need to start going at. Like, there's not many women killers that are capable of doing shit like this, and they're going to be easily pointed out. So where is the 10-mile radius? Where is this? And I'd like to know about the dog as well, how the dog was. I'd like to know an autopsy on the dog. Yeah, I'd like to see more on it, but we don't have it. So I told you the word fat really stood out to me, and the strength. And then again, the word fat, it's a woman that's doing that playful shit, that's writing that shit, that's using the knife, and they're taking turns with the knife, and the man is using the blunt force trauma. And you're having their go here. They're having their go. And they're having their fun. Luckily, Emma got the fuck out of there. You know? Luckily, those people didn't stick around to kill Emma, guys. That would have been fucking crazy. It was scared. Just imagine rolling up on that. I can't, everyone. We're done. I showed you Google Earth. You want to be scared, then you fucking go to Google Earth and you go to Piedmont Park and you just imagine when you're reading that autopsy what you're finding in there and who's creeping through those bushes in that park and what waits you. All right? Fuck all that. So it's a man and a woman. They need to start doing that and come back to the Real Ram Reviewer when they come out and say who it is. All right, it's gonna be a woman. I told you, if I'm not right on target, guys, I'm pretty fucking close. All right, I'm pretty damn close. If I'm not right on, spot on, I'm fucking not far off. And that's what I hold by. Thank you guys for all the 8 likes. Thank you to Gigi Baby, Indy Cat, Kimberly, everybody else that came into the chat. If you did and I didn't mention you, I'm sorry. Thank you for coming in and out, even if you didn't speak or like. Thank you. Support the channel, please. I've been the Money Times for 4 years. You want to support me? Keep seeing me. Keep these channels growing, man. We can get better and better. But I need support. Sponsor anything to the Cash App. Rings to with the Z. Link is on my channel page and know me by my logo.